Here are 3 tips to hit faster pitching. The first tip is we want to be very slow and controlled in our load and in our stride. As hitters, sometimes we feel when we see faster pitching, we have to go fast as well in the box in order to catch up to that pitcher. That's not the case. We actually want to go very slow because it's going to allow us to be in control of our body. So in my load, and in my stride, I want to go nice, slow, and controlled. It's going to allow me to get into the correct hitter's position or launch position, and it's going to keep me in control of my body. When I'm not in control of my body and I'm moving all over the place, my eyes are moving. And when my eyes are moving, I'm not able to see that ball coming in. So yes, in our load, we're stacking this weight a little bit more on this back side, but I want to focus on keeping my head and the rest of my body very still. So I don't want to load, go back here, and then lunge forward or go up and down. I want to do my best to keep my head very still while my bottom half works. The second tip is getting your front foot down in enough time. I recommend making sure your front foot is getting down when the ball's about 3/4 of the way to you. Now, when I struggled with faster pitching, I was actually a little bit earlier, because in my head, I always said I would rather be early than late with my front foot. So in that case, I would have my front foot down when I saw really fast pitching when the ball was about halfway to me. Regardless of what you do, because every player is going to be different, you just need to make sure that front foot is down before you start your swing. So when the pitcher goes back into her motion, you're going to start to slowly load. When the pitcher's about right here, you're going to slowly start to take your stride, and when the ball is about 3/4 of the way to you, your front foot is down. The third tip, and this has nothing to do with mechanics, but it's making sure you're hitting off live pitching at practice. Way too many times I hear girls saying, you know, I'm hitting off the tee, I'm doing front toss, it looks great, but when I get to a game, I can't touch the ball. And I ask them, are you seeing live at practice? And they say, no, we don't practice it. Well, that's really tough to do. It is really hard to hit a ball coming in with speed and movement if you don't work on it. So I know the argument sometimes is, well, I don't want to tire my girls out at practice, I don't want to ruin their arms. You don't have to do a 0-0 count. Make a station for live pitching. Start with a 1-1 count or a 2-1 count. Let the girls take 2 at-bats apiece so the pitchers aren't killing themselves throwing hundreds of pitches at practice. It's a modified count, but it's still going to allow the hitter to work on their approach, and it's going to allow them to see speed and movement. Another good thing that you can do is that you can stand in and look at the pitches while that pitcher is going through her workout. So what you would do when you're not swinging your bat, you're just working on your timing and you're seeing that ball come in. So pitcher's going through her windup as she's pitching, you're working on your timing, getting your front foot down, and you would actually say yes when you think you would swing. I really like this because it takes the swing completely away, and we can just focus on seeing that ball in, but we're also focusing on our load, our stride, when we're getting our front foot down, and when we think we would swing. Now, let's say you don't have a faster pitcher, so you can't mimic it at practice. You can do 2 things. One, you can have the pitcher move up. So let's say she normally pitches 43 feet, move her up to about 40. That way that ball is coming in quicker. The other thing you can do is you can have coach throw front toss, but just move up a lot closer. Just make sure that when you're throwing front toss, you're not going really fast, you're still going back slow and controlled, and then when you release, you're putting some speed behind the ball.